Welcome to the Cox Convention Center in beautiful Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It is the 2012-2013 hockey season. That means a new season of Ask a Baron presented by Ford. And our first guest this season is an old friend of the show, if you will, Jordan Eberle. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the weather here. It's a great place to play. People have been great here. It's much like Edmonton. It's a very friendly city, and we just got a place the other day, so it's nice to be settled in.
It's nice to have the option of going to the pool in mid-October, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little different. We went to the pool. We had a pool at our apartment complex, so spent a little time out there. Yeah, we're not used to that in the middle of October.
All right. I don't think many of us from Edmonton are, but it's an okay thing. Anyway, in OKC is where we are, and the fans back home and actually across Canada and the United States still have questions for you. Some new questions. You know the routine. You want to get down to it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We'll start with Raylan in Edmonton. She asks, what's the biggest difference between playing in Edmonton and OKC so far? It could be on the ice. It could be away from the rink. What's the biggest difference?
I think the game's a little different. It might be just because it's the start of the season and teams aren't really familiar with their systems, but it's a little choppy as far as, there's a little more turnovers and you have a little bit more time. But as far as the difference, the AHL doesn't get enough credit for how good it is. There's a lot of players that could be playing in the NHL. We get to play them a lot at night, especially me and Nuge. The teams are matching up against us, and, it's great. It's just going to make us better players. So, they're very similar leagues.
Okay, now Scott in Oklahoma City wants to know, how do you like Oklahoma City and how have the fans treated you?
It's been great. We had a little gathering with some season ticket holders the other day, and I got a couple baskets of goodies. I think people were welcoming me, but it's a very nice city. Like I said, it's very much like Edmonton. People are very friendly here. I think hockey's just starting to catch on here with the success that they've had in the last couple of years, especially last year, and there's a lot of hype around our team right now. So, hopefully we can get some fans out this weekend for the home opener. It should be a good one.
Let's move on rapid fire style. Jeremy from Edmonton wants to know, did you choose your number? You're wearing number 7 when you're down here, and if so, why did you choose it?
I did choose it. Seven's been my number since I was a kid. I think I wore it when I was 9 and 8, and I've always worn it in junior. My first World Juniors, Angelo Esposito had it, so he had seniority over me, so they gave me 14, and it seemed to work out pretty good in that tournament, so I had to wear it the next year. Then the Oilers offered it to me, and I just said, what the heck, I might as well. Obviously, 7's retired in Edmonton.
Pretty good player.
Yeah, Paul Coffey. But, like I said, it's just always been my favorite number. The opportunity came, and, someone already had 14, so I wanted 7.
Okay, next question comes from Farah in Vancouver. One of your favorite, most memorable games you've played and why? She wants to know what your most memorable game and why has been. I'm assuming in your pro career, because in your junior career you had some pretty memorable ones. And what made it so special?
First NHL game was a big one. Got to play against Calgary. My family's all from Calgary now, and I had probably 20 or 30 family members here. I scored my first goal. That's definitely a fond memory for an NHL moment.
And the way you scored it.
That puck could have went off my butt, and I still would have been happy.
Awesome. Okay, next question is from Brandy in your neck of the woods, Yorkton. Brandy wants to know, do you ever come back to Saskatchewan when you're not busy?
Yes, quite a bit. Still have lots of family there. My grandparents live there. I do a couple charities there. Obviously, I have the Eberle and Friends golf tournament that we run in June, and also Mike Sillinger and Jamie Hewitt. I've kind of attached myself to their street hockey event, which is Sticks on Row. So, Regina's my roots, Saskatchewan. I'm a huge Rider fan. I try to get to as many games as I can, and it's good to give back to a community and a province that obviously has given me a ton.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to move on to GT McKenzie from Brooklyn, of all places. GT says, you are very accurate when you shoot and you don't break many sticks. Any advice for young shooters on stick management? Do you consciously keep it on the ice or avoid getting it tangled up in the opposition? It's a different question.
Yeah, you know what? As far as breaking a stick, I actually do break a fair amount. Surprisingly not on shots because, it's not like I'm strong enough to break it.
But that's a good thing too, right? Because you're getting your shot off.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of the times I get sticks broken when I'm getting slashed or, I'm trying to get a shot off and that happens. But As far as accuracy, it's something that I've always developed as a young kid. I used to shoot hundreds of pucks in my garage as a boy, and I still do. After practice, I love to work on my shot. It's something at the start of the year for sure that I've always had trouble with, tuning in. But as the year goes on, you get a little more confident. I think a lot of goal scoring has to do with confidence, and once you get that, you don't miss much. As you start to play more, you start to realize the goalie's tendency. I mean, if you're coming in from the right side and you're moving right to left, the goalie's usually moving right to left as well. So if you can fake him, he's going to move this way, and you can put it up on the other side. So, the big thing I learned from last year is you got to get your shot away quick. Defenders and goalies are so quick in the NHL that, and especially the American League, that it's you have to be able to get it quick, and sometimes you get it quick, you can beat them that way.
Excellent. Next question comes from Daniel in Newton. How hard was it to switch from Regina to the NHL? Did your training methods change to compensate for the demands of the NHL opposed to the WHL? And also, how do you think the overall process was? Fun or not so fun?
Well, first off, it's always been fun. I love the game of hockey. I enjoy playing it. Workouts have never been strange or strenuous for me. I have a good group of guys that we work out. We have fun while we do it. So first off, I've just enjoyed the transition. And for me, I always thought my transition was maybe a little easier than other guys. As a junior, after my season was done, I went and played in the American League and got some time in the AHL. And not only that, but went and played the World Championships the year before I played in the NHL. I was playing with the best of the NHL, practicing for months with them, and I got to see what it was like to play with those guys and see what they do off the ice even before I was in the NHL. So, in that way, I trained hard and worked hard and see what they did, and it got me as best prepared as I could to make the National League the next year.
Final question comes from Kristen in Richmond Hill, Ontario. She asks, Jordan, what have you done so far in your off time around town, and what else do you want to do around OKC if the lockout continues?
We've been so busy trying to get a place and setting our place up, but they have a great downtown. They have that little canal you can walk down, the same as any other city. Movie, bowling alley, we'll have to bowl. But there's a couple of things I'd love to do. Obviously, go to a Sooners game. They play
Notre Dame's coming
Notre
up.
Dame in a couple of weeks here, and I'd love to get to that game. It'd be amazing. And another thing I'd love to do is get to a Thunder game. I've never been to a professional basketball or football game, or baseball game for that matter. So hopefully, I can get to at least the Thunder game. Would be pretty neat.
Jordan, as always, appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this in our season debut of Ask a Baron presented by Ford.
Yeah, thanks.